K Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K Nation, we will introduce you to K-State's most clutch player, Gappy the Goat, how he became a part of the women's basketball team, and what he brings to the squad.
Plus, college football season just about complete, but there's still a lot to keep track of. We'll bring you the latest Cats and Hawks who are coming back, transferring, or going pro.
And one of KU's newest pieces joins the show. We have an exclusive interview with men's basketball freshman Elmarco Jackson. Welcome to K Nation. I'm Lainey Gerber.
And I'm Glenn Kinley. Some football to discuss, and we'll certainly get to that. But we start on the hardwood, a pair of conference opening wins yesterday.
Yeah, we're still riding that high for Manhattan, and Glenn is still trying to lower his heart rate a little bit from being in Lawrence. I'm sure all of you guys are too.
It was quite the game over there. The definition of a wire-to-wire test in Allen Fieldhouse. How about 26 lead changes? Kansas trailed with less than a minute to play. Then Hunter Dickinson took an elbow to the face from former Jayhawk Ernest Uday right there after review officials declared it was a flagrant foul. Free throws tied it. KU and TCU traded buckets, and then the big fellow who you see on your TV screen called game. Dickinson hits the game winner with 3 seconds left. Kansas wins its conference opener for the 33rd straight season. How about 18-10 from KJ Adams, his first career double-double?
Not bad.
We say the same thing every game. He was great. You know, he's made his free throws. He gets 10 rebounds, 7 and 8 from the field. But he's playing lights out. You know, he and Hunter were really good today.
Every team's gonna have athletes. Ain't nobody gonna have an athlete like 24. He went out there and got a big double-double for us, just making plays, offensive rebounds, guarding their best player, doing a little bit of everything.
A double-double for Dickinson, too. 30 points and 11 boards in his first Big 12 conference game. The day was special for another reason, too. The 1974 Final Four Jayhawks were back in Allen Fieldhouse and honored at halftime, including the great Ted Owens. He still remembers that tournament run like it was yesterday.
We had the worst season I ever had in terms of one loss in the year before. We were 8-18, and then to come back and go to the Final Four was well, I think at that time, I think Dick Vitale said that one time it's the greatest turnaround in the history of NCAA tournament play.
And those Jayhawks for life got to break the huddle one last time at halftime there. Kansas back in action this Tuesday at UCF.
That's so cute. Well, K-State men looked about as good as a team could look yesterday.
It was
cranking
a solid
out
performance.
Yeah, it was a 77-52 win. Not bad, definitely solid. Not only did the Wildcats lead the entire game, they led it by double digits for 36 minutes thanks to a 12-0 run to start the game. Coach Tang says he wishes his team could have had this type of game sooner, but he'll definitely take it to start conference play. We also got the breakout performance from Tyler Perry. Tang called him the best shooter in America before this season. But he's been in a slump, if you want to call it that. He was averaging 11.5 a game since that Miami game. But last night he had 25 points on 6 of 11 from 3. A sign of more to come.
My confidence never really wavered, but sometimes it gets hard. You continue to miss open shots, continue to, struggle a little bit. But at the end of the day, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to, go through those struggles with.
I want him to stay aggressive. It's one of his superpowers, his ability to shoot the ball. I know he wants to prove that he can be a point guard. He has to continue to trust his work, and so I was happy for him.
If you heard a phone vibrate during that soundbite, it was in the press conference, not Lainey or I on the show right now. Fun stat for you, Perry scored 17 of his 25 in the second half yesterday. This season, 75% of his points have come in the second half or in overtime. Cats at West Virginia on Tuesday.
Meanwhile, records are being broken for KU women's basketball. This three right here made Holly Kerskeeter the program's all-time leader in made three-pointers. She has 239 threes, beating the previous record of 237. Holly also led the Jayhawks with 21 points against Texas Tech, but they can't get the win on her special night. Tech wins it 73-64, and KU is still searching for its first Big 12 win this year.
I don't think I've hit 239 three-pointers in my lifetime.
Yeah,
Serena Sundell, though, she scored 1,000 points. Not in her lifetime, but in her college career, surpassing that mark yesterday, just the 40. Houston earlier in the week and beat UCF yesterday 72-56. They're 15-1, the best start in the Midi era.
Not bad. And there's never an offseason for college athletes, but there's really never an offseason for these coaches. They work hard.
The transfer portal makes it even more chaotic. And K-State saw offensive coordinator Colin Klein head to Texas A&M. The Cats officially now named his replacements, plural, this week. Offensive line coach Connor Riley promoted to offensive coordinator after calling plays in the Pop-Tarts Bowl win. Riley's been in Manhattan for 5 years, been with Coach Kleiman for a decade. He'll still coach the O-line, where he has produced 15 All-Americans. The Wildcats also bring in Matt Wells as co-offensive coordinator. He'll also be the quarterback's coach and associate head coach. You might remember him from his time as the head coach at Texas Tech. That was from 2019 to 2021. Or maybe from his time at Utah State, where he coached Jordan Love, who turned out to be a first-round draft pick.
Not bad. In other Wildcat football news, former K-State quarterback Will Howard announced he is transferring to Ohio State. Howard takes his talents to the Big Ten after becoming K-State's program record holder for passing touchdowns and throwing for nearly 6,000 yards in 4 seasons. Best of luck to him.
Definitely. Meanwhile, a bunch of decisions out of the Jayhawk football. A handful of big announcements. KU cornerback Kobe Bryant says he will return for his senior season next fall. Bryant earned first-team All-Big 12 honors in 2022 and 2023. Meanwhile, defensive end Austin Booker going pro. The Big 12 Defensive Newcomer of the Year declared for the NFL Draft this week. He had 8 sacks, 12 tackles for loss in his lone season at Kansas. Others announcing their plans this week. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl dynamic duo, let's call them that. Wide receivers Luke Grimm and Lawrence Arnold will both return for their 5th year of college football next fall. They combined for over 1,300 yards this past season, including almost 306 touchdowns in the bowl game. And lastly, offensive lineman Spencer Lavelle announced plans to enter the transfer portal. Other than that, not much going on this week.
Yeah, you know, we didn't lose our breath just trying to say all that or anything.
There was plenty, and we got more to come if you can believe it. We're just getting started. Keeping up with football and also some basketball talk. So we brought in the big guns to help. K-State Sports Network's Matt Walters joins us in studio to talk all things K-State sports.
But first, you've probably noticed K-State women's basketball's newest teammate, who is not human, how he got a spot on the team, and how he's growing a fan club.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Hi, this is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
K-State women's basketball currently 15-1, 3-0 in Big 12 play, and ranked number 11 in the country with a chance to jump into the top 10 with a big matchup coming up against number 10 Texas.
Yeah, and the key to the Cat success has come from someone non-human who you're probably familiar with after watching even just one game. K-Nation's Landon Reinhardt tells us about K-State's Gap Goat.
Expectations have never been higher for K-State women's basketball.
I feel like this could be the best team you've had.
Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
And so far, Coach Mitty's been right.
Easy. Swatted by Greer. Got it off and knocked it down.
But the reason for the success hasn't come from a veteran set of twins, or from one of the best point guards in the country, or a first-team all-conference super senior. It's about a GOAT. No, not the NCAA single-game scoring record holder, an actual GOAT. But this story starts in Miami in 2017, where the U introduced the turnover chain. Defensive coordinator Manny Diaz wanted an incentive for his players to force turnovers, and it was an instant success. Since then, it's been a staple of sport. Now, it's made its way to college basketball in Manhattan, Kansas.
In basketball, if you get 7 3-stop sequences in a game, your win percentage is over 90%.
Coach Mitty comes to the 3 captains, me, Serena, and Yoki, come up with some way that we can track our gaps. A gap is when we get 3 stops in a row.
It was mostly Gabby's idea. She said, how about we get like an animal, like a stuffed animal, maybe like a goat, and that's our representative. We hold him up every time we get our gaps. And Yoki and I were like, what?
The G's go together, gap goat. And goats are my favorite animal. If there's goats, like my parents be like, goats, Gabby, goats.
So it was decided, and $65 on Amazon later, the Cats had their goat. Every time K-State gets 3 stops in a row, the team managers hold up the goat in celebration, signifying an earned gap. 7 gaps in a game, and Gappy gets his chains, a 7 pendant off Amazon, and a Cuban link stolen from Ayoka Lee's cat, Chadwick.
Gap goat had his first fight. He was very successful. He was very comfortable.
As of early January, K-State ranks 1st in the conference and 5th in the nation in opponents' points per game.
I mean, it started as a fun, lighthearted story, but then you look at the numbers and the stats back it up. At what point did you guys start taking this seriously?
As silly as it is, I honestly think it does help. We are honestly sad, like at the end of a game, if he doesn't get his chains. Like, we're upset about it. We're like, dang, like we will win the game, but we didn't get 7 gaps.
It didn't take long for the team to rally behind the GOAT. So, why not double down?
She was walking off the court and I said, you know, you ought to get that thing an Instagram account. She turned around and I knew I probably shouldn't have said it.
With a social media account, and fans started to take notice.
People are finding mini gaps, and it's like a little baby version of him.
Kevin Riley, my wife and I are both super fans of the women's basketball, of all K-State sports, but women's basketball in particular.
Kevin fell in love with the Gap Goat. He wanted to make t-shirts, but licensing would have been too expensive.
So she went to Amazon and bought the baby goat. The whole goal was to support the Gap Goat, but to get everybody in the stands to start supporting.
Now, plenty more are showing up in the stands.
You can find ways to have fun and emphasize things that are good team things, good basketball fundamental things. So that goat can travel with us every trip.
In Manhattan, Leonard Reinhardt, K-Nation.
Maybe we should get a K-Nation goat, and if we have 3 good shows in a row, we get to put them on the grid behind us.
Cute. What's an animal? K-Nation kangaroo.
Okay.
There we go.
We'll work on that. The Gap kangaroo. Hey, coming up for the 2nd straight year, Bill Self consistently has a true freshman in his starting lineup. Up next, I sat down with Elmarco Jackson for an exclusive one-on-one interview. He tells us what it's like playing for Coach Self and how he's growing his game with some experienced college hoopers around him.
Jungle House has moved, and we would love to show you around our new digs. Bring a new friend to school with you that will add life to your dorm room or apartment. We have plans for all. Find us at our new location, 6 East 7th Street, Lawrence, Kansas.
Devon James wins.
We're Devon James. As lawyers who focus on serious injuries, we know what really matters.
We've helped people get life-saving care after sudden accidents.
We've been there to restore hope during long recoveries.
And fought to provide a better future to those who need it most.
That's why at Devon James, we fight for everything you deserve.
And we will win your case, or you pay us nothing.
Devon James wins. Call 888-8888.
Begin your love story with an engagement ring from the Romance Bridal Collection. 2 become 1 when a luster of 18-karat gold is paired with the brilliance of fine diamonds. From timeless styles to the most sought-after looks, each romance piece is designed for exquisite beauty and crafted with everlasting quality, all backed by a lifetime warranty. Promise her always and forever with the Romance Bridal Collection at David's Jewelers.
the #1 entertainment talk show. Who even knew? Will make you say, my God, blowing my mind like that. Oh my God. Excellent song choice.
What do you think the reason why couples fight?
They host talk shows together. Live with Kelly and Mark, weekdays.
#crushing it.
For the best coverage of high school basketball in Northeast Kansas, join Glenn Kinley and Lainey Gerber for Full Court Press. Friday nights at 10 on 27 News.
Welcome back to K-Nation. After KU freshman Elmarco Jackson had a breakout performance in Kansas City last weekend, Bill Self said he didn't want this to be the 4 old guys plus Elmarco. He wants there to be 5 guys.
Yeah, and with conference play here, Elmarco starting to find his role in Lawrence, so I caught up with the former McDonald's All-American earlier this week to find out how he's meshing with an experienced group of fellow Jayhawks. We talked over the summer and you were brand new to campus. You're a little bit more familiar now. How are we liking KU? How are we liking playing for Bill Self? How are things going?
I like it a lot. You know, Coach Self gives, you know what I'm saying, his players a lot of freedom to make plays and do what he did to get recruited here. So I like it a lot. We got a lot of freedom and, you know, we're winning a lot. So it's pretty fun and just, you know, continue to keep on winning and, you know, start league play.
For yourself, how would you evaluate the season so far?
I feel like I kind of, myself, I got off to a little bit of a rocky start. Buying into the culture, I feel like has helped me, you know, develop my game and get better every single day.
Last Saturday in Kansas City, you had, I don't know if you would call it your best game as a Jayhawk. You had a good one, though. How much can that just boost your confidence moving forward into conference play?
It feels really good because I've just been putting in a lot of work. So, you know, to have that type of game feels really good, you know, and if I can help the team anyway, you know, it feels really good. Like you said, we're winning, and I just like to win.
We saw you get out in transition quite a bit there. Is that when you feel like you're thriving, when you can just get the ball and not really think about it, just get up the court and go?
Yeah. Being an open transition, I feel like it's my strong suit as a player. You know, the game kind of slows down for me to just make plays with my athleticism and then, you know, finding the threats that we have. We've got a bunch of loud threats on our team and a bunch of guys that can make really good passes.
How much is playing with guys like KJ Adams, Kevin McCullough, Hunter Dickinson, having him around probably isn't bad, right? Yeah. How much is playing with those guys, DeJuan Harris, just growing your game, and how much have you been able to learn from those guys who have been in college for 3, 4, 5 years?
Yeah, so it's helped my game a lot because, you know, coming from high school, you know, defenses, you know, were set up to guard me and stop me, so it makes it a lot easier for me to, like, just find myself like in little niches throughout the game, find places where the defense isn't really paying that much attention to me, to just find like easy buckets. And then, you know, DeJuan's gonna find me. Hunt and KJ and Kev are all really good passers, so if I'm open, they're gonna find me. Picking up off the habits that they have as veterans, you know, their work habits, finding like, you know, specific times within the day to get in the work and stay consistent to your schedule has helped me a lot.
We've seen games this year where the shots aren't falling for you guys. You guys have typically still won those games. How much confidence can it give not just you but the team when it's like, man, we weren't hitting today. We were actually ice cold, but we came away with the W?
Oh, yeah. It still feels pretty good, like to hit those shots, but it just makes us feel confidence in our defense because we do get out there on the defensive end, and that's something that we really pride ourselves on, and I feel like that's you know, something that we work on a lot is our defense. Is
there another coach on staff that you're working with a lot or that you feel like has really helped your development in your freshman year?
I feel like Coach Dooley and Coach Rob and Coach Morningstar have helped me a lot, you know, when it comes to film and just talking about what's going on throughout the practice or throughout the game that I could you know, visualize and see and make, you know, correct off a read or something like that.
Did you have a kind of like welcome to the big leagues moment where you're like, oh man, I'm actually here, I'm actually playing for Bill Self, I'm actually, you know, you guys played Indiana and Kentucky and all these great teams. Was there a moment like that?
I would probably say our first game in Allen. Like, yeah, you know, just, and actually not even a game, I'd probably say late night when they did the introductions and I came out to, you know, 16,500 people, and it's kind of just like surreal. You know, it's you know, the energy that you get from there is unmatched. Like you get the same energy every single time. I probably say that it just sends chills down your back.
Yeah. How fired up are you for conference play? I mean, this place got fired up obviously when Mizzou came in here, but you get to like a game that you guys got to win to win the league or something. It's going to be even more juiced.
No, yeah, I'm super excited for that type of games because they've been telling me also like, oh, you think it's loud? Like, nah, conference play, it gets super loud in here.
All right, Marco, good luck in conference play. Thanks for your time, and we'll be keeping track of you and hoping for success for you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Lenny, there's certainly been some growing pains for Marco, but he's got a great staff there. They know how to develop players, and who better for him to learn from than guys like Kevin McCullough and DeJuan Harris and players like that.
He's in the perfect spot to learn from.
I think
great
he's going to end up
people.
being just fine.
Yeah. Well, coming up on K-Nation, we have the man, the myth, the chili dog. Some of you know him as Chili Dog Matt. Even more know him as Matt Walters. He is the eyes, ears, and voice for K-State Sports. We're talking Cats after the break.
Need your fireplace inspected? Make sure you and your family are safe this winter and avoid being a statistic. Certified Fireplace and Chimney now has openings as soon as this week. No need to wait months to be seen. Call or text us today to schedule your appointment.
Hi, Clay Sherwood, Swims and Sweeps. I'm here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs at Cute. We have Hearthstone wood-burning stoves and fireplaces. We have electric fireplaces. So let Swims and Sweeps keep you warm this winter.
You don't wait days for prescription medicine. Why would you wait days for prescription glasses?
At Success Vision, they make the lenses in the store, so you get them in hours, not days.
My no-line bifocals were ready in a couple of hours, and I only paid half what I used to pay.
The eye doctor next door, they take walk-ins, and my eye exam was great.
They really care about the health of your eyes.
For the best eyewear experience, you've got to go to Success Vision.
2 pair for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
This job. You got pretty personal and very vulnerable.
I just wanted to be honest.
Hey! Here's the map.
Oh, this feels so good.
My show is fun. We have puppies.
Weekdays at 3 on 27 KSNT. This week's Morning Coffee Club prize is a rain gauge, sponsored by Kansas 811. Sign up at ksnt.com for your chance to win. Then watch 27 News weekday mornings from 5 to 7 to see if you've won.
Everyone dreams of having a stunning fireplace for their home, so why not make your dream a reality? Certified Fireplace and Chimney specializes in making these dreams come true. And now with in-home renderings and no interest payment plans, it's never been an easier decision. Call or text today.
Welcome back to K-Nation. More Wildcat sports talk for you now. And Laney, we got a very special guest in studio.
Yeah, he's been here once or twice already. We have Matt Walters, K-State Radio Network. Matt, how are you today?
Great. This is the second time.
There we go.
This is time number 2.
But who's counting?
Right.
Exactly. We'll have you here 100 times. It doesn't matter.
I'm good with that.
Matt, you dabble in everything K-State sports. So we just kind of want to put a bow on football season really quick. That bowl game was awesome. What do you think about the Wildcats' future after that game?
Well, I think it's great. Very good. Recruiting class that's coming in, obviously, Avery Johnson, the Seals now cracked on him as a starting quarterback, and he was tremendous down in Orlando. A lot of new offensive linemen will be in front of him next year, which that's going to be a focal point. But I'm looking forward to, as everybody is, for 2024.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We'll do one more football question for you before we talk hoops. The new OC hires this week. They promote Connor Riley, then bring in Matt Wells from the outside. What are your thoughts on that? Is that kind of what you expected? Did you think it was just going to be Connor Riley, or what were you thinking?
No, I thought it would probably wind up being I mean, Matt Wells had coaching experience at Utah State, also at Texas Tech, and the relationship he has with Chris Klein, and they're very close. And I thought Connor Riley would likely get put into the mix just because of his relationship and how long he's been with Coach Klein. And I think it's a great mix. I think one's probably going to be, they didn't phrase it that way, but running game coordinator, passing game coordinator, and with the minds both Connor and Matt have, there are going to be some exciting things to come.
Yeah.
I love the idea of bringing in more Big 12 coaches from other schools into the same team.
Yeah.
But conference play is finally here for both men's and women's basketball.
Right.
Men's basketball opener yesterday. What are you liking about the Cats so far? They're one game.
Well, yeah, it's one game, and UCF isn't really a basketball power, but we continue to see Tyler Perry, not so great as an offensive player in the first half, and then lights it up in the second half. Had a great second half yesterday, hit 5 threes in the second half. If he and Arthur Kaluma and Cam Carter continue to carry guys, they have to play at a high level. If those guys have off nights, it's going to be tough for K-State. I think K-State does have that ability to get into the NCAA tournament, but I think the biggest thing for them right now is consistency and defending night in, night out in the Big 12 is a lot different than playing the Chicago States and some of those folks K-State saw earlier.
In yesterday's game, they obviously looked good. Was that a competition thing, or was there something different that you saw from the Cats to win by that large margin?
I think it was both. I mean, I think K-State was focused and dialed in, and when they play that way, they have the talent to compete at a high level. UCF didn't do a lot of little things very well in yesterday's ball game, so I'm looking forward to seeing what K-State what they're like, especially on the road. When you go into a Stillwater, when you go to Lubbock, when you go to they've got West Virginia on the road, and playing it in Morgantown at the WVU Coliseum is not easy. How K-State plays on the road, I think, is really going to define what their year is.
Yeah,
definitely.
Big 12 is not easy, Laney. We should probably talk about Jeff Mitty's team. They have an average winning margin of about 248 points.
Yeah, they're already set for March. They're knocking on the top 10's door. Who has been standing out to you in this team that is just full of what looks like superstars?
I'll say everybody, because what K-State's women were last year is totally different than this year.
Yeah.
When they didn't have Aoki, they had to play a different style. So this year, everybody, I think, has settled into what their role is, from Aoki to the Serena Sundells of the world. And what I think will propel K-State even a little further is their bench. They're deep. This is as deep a team as Coach Mitty's had. This is as athletic a team as Coach Mitty has had. And if they can stay away from that, that dreaded injury or somebody missing 5, 6, 7 games, something like that, look out. They're going to contend for the Big 12. Now, this week they play Texas. Come Saturday, Texas has already lost its starting point guard for the year, so they've faced one of those devastating injuries. If K-State stays away from that, then I think great things are going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been a fun team to watch, and we'll keep tracking them throughout Big 12 play. Matt, thanks for being here. We're always happy to have you in studio, and we'll be listening to you on the radio.
All right, keep up the good work. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, you guys stick around. There is more K-Nation after the break.
Searching for a career in advanced manufacturing or industrial automation? Manhattan Area Technical College's new Industrial Engineering Technology applies science and engineering through theory and hands-on application of skills. Learn more at manhattantech.edu.
Protect your home from sudden power outages with a Generac home standby generator installed by Shockwave Electric certified experts. Call Shockwave Electric for all your commercial and residential electrical services.
Fidelity State Bank and Trust, Topeka, empowering customers since 1922.
Debbie Orr, Senior Vice President and Consumer Loan Officer at Fidelity Bank, with reasons to have your auto loan right here at home.
We are offering competitive rates and terms on auto loans. Contact one of our friendly associates and we'll make it easy.
Fidelity Bank, we do business right here at home.
Growing the market for Kansas-made E15 is a win-win for Kansans. What's E15? It's fuel with 15% ethanol compared to the usual 10% in regular unleaded. E15 is more affordable, has better performance, and runs cleaner than regular unleaded, meaning Kansas drivers can go further for less. From helping Kansas farm families by stabilizing grain prices, helping Kansas become more energy independent, and adding more than 4,000 jobs in Kansas, more of our money stays right here at home because of ethanol. Visit fueledbykansas.com to find a station near you.
The 27 News Storm Tracker is sponsored by D.L. Smith Electric, bringing your vision to life.
Suicide. Talk about it. Save a life.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you build a foundation for your college career, like transferable credits offered in your high school, earning your high school diploma through GED completion on our campus. Breakthrough to a new career. Manhattan Tech, providing higher education.
Let's talk a little sports betting before we send you off for the night. We got odds for each team's possibilities to make a Final Four run. We didn't make the odds. Vegas did. Don't get mad at us. But you can give us the credit if you like the odds. Let's start with the Jayhawks. The 5th best odds right now to get to the Final Four, behind only top-ranked Purdue, also Arizona, Houston, and the reigning champs, UConn.
KU is at plus 380, so bet $10 to win 38. K-State at plus 1,500, so $10 to win 150. Tied for the 29th best odds. So by mathematical laws, the Cats are knocking on the door of the top 25 AP.
Yeah, let's go with that. I always say March Madness is chaos, but you bet on whatever you want.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Go place your bets.
Have a good one.
58 seconds of performance, I think, after he got smashed in the face.
I don't even pick what I wear, right? Like, they tell me all that stuff. I just, like, show up.
I'm playing in front of this crowd.
I mean, it's special.
That's essentially why all of us came here. So to play in the best league against the best players in the world.